Welcome, dear Sangha, to our Serkhangma Prayer Commentary with our Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We will begin today's teachings with opening prayers on page 4 and 5 of the Yellow Garchen Buddhist Institute Prayer Book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Guzanzar Dorjen Janjen Delo Naro Tama Mamala Chuche Gambo Pa Pamodra Jawan Dogom Kajula Mananje Da Jonje Dananda Zera Damje de Lama Labaloye Jesus Lazayon Dinjamzang Alav Kendra Dunjendra Begele Zo Dage Lo Jizandra Varazinja Labdozor Lam Tundra Varazinja Labdos Lam Dravazi Varazinja Labdozor Dravai Jizanja Varazinja Labdozor Kanga Dinjendra Varjong Gaba Me Bachi Ba Me Batame me bandro me bata de to me donje me drubanye juje den ba zobo sanje mananj tamba de lo janzar to jinjen zavel lama juje kusong do je zilon da ge julam bud da ge temba dan sunje je ton ja jembo ra par sunje labdo so. Grant your blessings so that my mind may be one with the Dharma. Grant your blessings so that the Dharma may progress along the path. Grant your blessings so that the path may clarify confusion. Grant your blessings so that I may transform confusion into wisdom. Many Tashdele der Sangha we are continuously teach on Serkhangma Commentary. The Serkhangma has actually it's a 7-branch Mantarayana. So we today we are on the prostration branch of prostration, and it has 5 prostrate to the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of Buddhas. So today we are in the today we come to prostrations to the Guru's speech. Usually, as Jingha Ndogolingpa said, Father's treasures are the two praised. Accumulations do not stop polishing them. So we are teaching Dharma and listening Dharma, at the same time reflecting on Dharma, and then we are meditating Dharma. So these activities are a great way to accumulate merit. In this life, long life, happy life, and also accomplish our goals, and everything is depending over merit. So basically we have great merit to accumulate merit. At the same time, we are going to remember that we have a great opportunity to accumulate merit, and also if we don't if we do not expect any benefit in this life, still we would like to liberate from samsara. So this is also related to our merit. So merit is the potential of karma, our good karma. So and also then at the same time we progress our bodhicitta through the listening Dharma, because at least 1 hour or 2 hours we focusing on bodhicitta and compassion, and also we understand the ideas to how to progress over bodhicitta and compassion. So that's where the Jinghan Drogong said, Father's relatives are all beings of the 6 realms. 6 realms, do not disregard the 6 classes of beings. Father's enemies are the awful group of mental afflictions. Do not let them intensify. So all these sufferings are related over afflictive emotions. So listen Dharma, then we find special method how to remove them. And so if we understand each and every single Dharma word, it create a great merit for us. If we don't understand, still we listen Dharma. If you just heard the Dharma names or vocabularies, it also has a great benefit. So we are rejoice each others and keep happiness and listen joyfully. listen the Dharma joyfully. This is very important. So then when we prostrate to the speech, Guru's speech, Guru is embodiment of all 10 directions Buddhas and 3 times of Buddhas. So if we prostrate to Guru, which means we prostrate to all of Buddhas and Yidam deities and Bodhisattvas. So then how to prostrate to the Guru's speech is, as I mentioned, that we remember the qualities of Guru's speech, and then we praise and we respect, and also we understand these Buddha's teachings. These are the and we study Buddha's scriptures. These are the how to we prostrate to Guru's speech and Buddha's speech. If we prostrate to Buddha's speech, it never betrays us, because our Guru and Buddha, they each and every single word give us each and every single word are well-felt mother sentient beings, and their vocabularies are their vocabularies come from the power of compassion. And also, it's not only compassion. If only it comes from compassion, it's possible. Sometimes they think this is the right way, it is okay to do, and then compassionately they say you should do it. If we try to do it, sometimes it will not successful and not that much benefit or beneficial. But Buddhas and the Buddha's embodiment Guru, they gave us this speech. Their speech is comes from the wisdom, paramount wisdom, and bodhicitta and compassion together. So that's where they understand this life, next life, and previous lives. They understand vividly. So there is no way to doubt about their speech. So then how do we prostrate to their speech is as this Sakama root text says, with your flawless melodious speech, like in ocean of ambrosia, you show all phenomena to be unborn, thereby defeating the Mount Mirror of views. I prostrate to your unhindered Vajra speech. So Vajra speech means it never betrays to us. So then Buddha's speech has 60 melodies, or call it the qualities. So that among them we discussed until 23rd, day before yesterday. So today we will continuously discuss on this rest of his melodious speech. So 23rd is possessing the strength of a lion's roar. So when Buddha, actually why Buddha has the strength of lion's roar, this is actually a metaphor. The lions are the king of animals. The animal means king of the some what is called the wild animals. Someone who so if they're out loud, their sound out loud, right? Roar, and then other animals scared, afraid. May they don't cannot come to that area. So similarly, Buddha's Vajra speech, it mentioned the intrinsic awareness, emptiness, and non-duality. That's where someone who has a dualistic perception, then their view of dualistic view is uncertain, because Buddha mentioned I and you are same. Your mind and my mind are same in relative level, and in the ultimate level they are same because emptiness. In relative level they are same in this dualistic perception. So Buddha mentioned like that, and someone who thought I is certain, permanent, I is only everything, something like that. But then Buddha mentioned about selflessness, and then their view spontaneously, how to say, the become powerless. So through this way, and then they don't have confidence to say I is exist. I exist. They don't have confidence. They don't have confidence means if they have to prove, they need proof, but they don't have proof. But it does not mean if I exist and I can do peaceful happiness, and through the identifying the I, if we can reach nirvana and dharmakaya stage, then we don't want to understand selflessness. But someone who have egoistic mind, they have more suffering. We experience that. We have egoistic mind. Someday we have strong egoistic mind. At that day we have lots of suffering. Someday we meditate shamatha and bodhicitta and something. We have less self-grasping. We have less suffering. So that is we have proof, and we have experience. That's why we don't want to harm others' view. We don't want to harm to others' way of how to say life. But this is the view of dualistic perception is how to say wrong view. But that is, we say others, but it tells ourselves, because we have egoistic mind. But someone have strong, someone have not so strong. Only that difference is like that. So then through we learn, listen, reflect and meditate Buddha's scriptures, and then we can purify self-grasping, and we can realize selflessness. For that reasons, here says strength of a lion's roar. And then 24, producing the sound of an elephant. And then I I think I don't want to say numbers probably because I already did not mention, but one by one I named, and then you will understand. Then producing the sound of thunder, producing the sound of a naga. Actually, Buddha knows all languages. Why Buddha knows that? This is very important because in his previous lives he took rebirth 500 fortunate lives and 500 unfortunate lives. So at that time he learned, studied, and so everything is depending karma. Everything depend on karma. So he studied that in his previous lives through undertaking hardship. So that's where in his life he understood all languages. So that's where producing the sound of Naga, so he can teach Dharma to the Nagas. And producing the sound of smell eater. These are also the some. Then producing the melody of a sparrow. Producing the melody of Brahma. Producing the melody of pheasant. How to say? Pheasant. Producing the melody of Indra, producing the sound of a drum, free of arrogance. This is quite hard. Integrated, improbable, how to read this? Yeah. UNDE GARDED. Undegraded. Harmonies with all sound. Free of corrupted words. Not depressing. Extremely joyous. Pervasive. Perfect, following, how to say, elegantly connected, making all sounds complete, satisfying all sense faculties, non-abusive, unchanging, undisputed, popular in all circles and possessing the best of all companions, all pervasive, strong, full of humility, truthful, not blaming, accomplished, possessing all sounds, following, free of anxiety. It pacifies attachment. It overcomes anger. Purifies ignorance. And endowed with all supreme aspects. So I shared with you shared with you the 60 melodies of Buddha's speech. Perhaps you heard it before, perhaps it is the first time. However, even we heard the names, it has a great beneficial. So we are discussing on the commentary of Golden Temple. So if we can go in detail, it will more benefit. Some qualities are pretty similar. Perhaps you think they are same, but because I have ever thought like that when I learned. But this, let us know this. Sometimes very similar. For example, we have 5 fingers. They are similar, but each and every finger has different cause. So each and every finger has finger are related karma. So then we understand. Oh, karma means very subtle. So in a 1 minute, if you speak 2 times, you speak 2 times, 2 times. 1 time you speak good, 1 time speak little harsh words, and then the result is also this both result will occur. So that's where the karma means like that. So Buddha, he has many numbers of qualities, and each and every quality are similar but not same. So that means he cultivated different karmas. So that's where he had kind of these wonderful qualities. The purpose of homage to the Buddha's speech is to collect and praise all its qualities because of its innermost value and virtue. It is like in ocean of Amrita, the elixir of immortality that banishes all miseries and obstacles and brings about all good things. A Buddha's speech is like this because it shows the ultimate nature of phenomena and brings one to the realization of the uncompounded and unproduced nature of all things. By doing so, it destroys the vast variety of wrong views, such as believing that the transitory aggregates constitute a truly existent self, and the view of either of the two extremes of nihilism and true existence. In general, a Buddha's speech destroys all the varieties of wrong view that fall short of the pure view of ultimate truth. These wrong views are obstacles that prevent one from realizing the ultimate, and that keep one floundering in the ocean of samsara. That which destroys those false views is the Vajra speech that brings about the realization of truth in the minds of those who heard it. It is to that incomparable speech that we bow down, prostrating to the Buddha's speech means that we praise it. For example, Nagarjuna and other masters praised the Buddha, chanting the Sutaras with a melody is also a prostration to the Buddha's speech. All the Buddha's teachings are the Buddha's speech. They arise from brilliant wisdom and warm love. You can understand the Buddha's realizations through his teachings. Once you believe in the Buddha, having understood his qualities, then you will become a practitioner of higher capacity, so that your faith will never be lost. Most importantly, you will recognize that your mind is the real Buddha. Buddha taught 84,000 methods in the scriptures, and every word is combined with bodhicitta and wisdom. They are the medicine for 100 diseases. If you practice even one part of the Buddha's teaching, you can purify all your afflictions. For example, if you only practice Buddha's teaching that says, don't commit any single non-virtue, cultivate virtues, and perfectly train your mind, you can liberate all of samsara. So you should recite praises of Buddha melodiously and so on. This is how to pay homage with your speech. So there are 5 wrong views. The view of transitory collection, seeing the collection of the 5 aggregates as being a self or I. Second, extreme view, seeing the I as permanent. Third, holding inferior views as superior, grasping the I as pure and clean. Fourth, holding bad ethics and discipline to be superior. Doing practices such as standing in fire and so on, rather than training the mind. Holding wrong views. Fifth, holding wrong views, not trusting the 3 jewels, cause and effect, future lives, and so on. These wrong views are like a rocky mountain and are very powerful. They lead us directly into samsara. A wrong view is like a spark of fire that will burn you if it lands on your clothes. If they could bring benefit, we could follow them and not have to purify them, but they don't bring any benefit, only harm. It's also a wrong view to criticize other people's views and to think that only we are correct. That leads us on the wrong path. By means of the Buddha's Vajra speech, we can find the perfect view through experience and wisdom. When we say homage to the Vajra speech, we give rise to homage in our mind. Through the Buddha's Vajra speech, we can realize the view. In brief, the Vajra speech shows all phenomena to be unborn. The commentary on the intent of the Sutaras says, inherently not established are all phenomena. Since they are not established, they are unborn. Since there is no birth, there is no cessation. They are inherently peaceful and beyond suffering. So there is no need to bring them to that state. It is through the Vajra speech of the Guru that we understand this. So, for example, the empty space is birthless. So then this is a brokeless. We cannot harm, and natural disasters cannot harm. But for example, our body and the trees and mountains, they grow. We have a birth, so that's why then they are easily break, easily damage. So this as this I quoted the Sutara, so this part is very important. We have one body, but we have many thoughts. So each and every single thoughts belong to our body. Angry emotion belong it, attachment, of course, and other all these afflictive emotions belong, and they try to protect our body. But they cannot protect it because they cannot protect themselves. It's very easy. So how they try to protect it is, this is I, this is my. And then this is like a paradox. This is opposite. They try to protect our body, but they damage it. But paramodure wisdom or bodhicitta, they protect it and they can protect it. How bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta protect it is, ultimate bodhicitta realizes this body is unborn. So there is no target to shoot the, arrow of suffering. If there is no target, the shooting the arrow of suffering, then this arrow of suffering cannot damage. It's like we shoot the arrow in the empty space, same like that. So for that, that's why it will protect this body. And in the relative level, the bodhicitta and wisdom mind, how it protect is, it understood the 5 family Buddhas. So our 5 aggregates are 5 family Buddhas. Why we often mention our 5 aggregates are 5 family Buddhas? Usually we think, oh, this is 5 family Buddhas. Suddenly we think, oh, there are 5 Buddhas will appear. This is good, actually. This is also quite a higher level. But in reality, these are the 5 family Buddhas, means these are emptiness. Why we say that there are 5 family Buddhas? Suddenly we cannot say they are emptiness. If we say it, we cannot understand it. So that's why we are familiar with the 5 forms of 5 family Buddhas. So, and then we said that the 5 family in our body, 5 aggregates are the 5 family Buddhas, and then we easily can make a relation between the 5 family Buddhas and our body. And then we say the 5 family Buddhas are also like a rainbow. They appear in front of our wisdom mind, but not solidly exist. So then we understand, whatever appears, these forms are the emptiness. And then we step by step progress to realize the emptiness. So since we also in the relative way of Bodhisattva, others before self, it says others before self. So bring oneself the example and take care of others. So if you are going to take care of your body, and you should take care of others' body too. So in this method, what we have to understand is the main method in this main method is whenever you think others, you forget yourself. So you take care of others. That means you take care. This is really smart. You take care of others means you focus to others. You focus others. For example, other people's body has something kind of a different sufferings. At that time, you will generate compassion and of course bodhicitta. And that person suffering through self-grasping, it is a very sorrow. But you are, your feeling is full of compassion and bodhicitta, so that is not joyful feeling, not joy, but that the feeling of bodhicitta and compassion, that feeling is very soft, very soft. So that their special benefit is you see others suffering, you can arise your bodhicitta and compassion. And when you focus to others, you forget yourself. That's where you will not, suffering. Your body will not pain. So this is also a special method. For instance, another example, when we are sleeping in our bed, and in the middle of the night we are deeply asleep, then some bugs bite, right? Bugs bite on our body. At that time, we don't want to, itching, or we have no feeling, however, because we are very deep sleep. We are in deep sleep. So at that time also we forget our body. So there's a strong grasping, later goes down into the ignorance, deep ignorance. So that's where we have no kind of itching or no suffering when we are deeply asleep. But the thing is, when we wake up, and then our body is itching or pain or everything happened. So that means this forgetting cannot protect forever, only temporarily will benefit. But way of bodhicitta practice, you focus to others, and then slowly first it's quite hard to focus others, right? It's quite hard, but you continuously do it. Continuously practice. Practice means we should practice continuously. And then slowly we become familiar. So first, it's quite hard to focus others. If we can focus others, we cannot dedicate ourselves. But then continuously do it. Then slowly you can focus others more than you. And then slowly you can generate bodhicitta and compassion towards others. And then you can reduce self-grasping. And then you slowly progress with that practice, and then you can focus completely on others, and you completely can avoid self-grasping. So that's why in Bodhisattvas they said, if I am getting sick, I'm happy because it reduces my negative karma. So that means these sufferings does not strongly affect to them actually, which means their mind focusing are or is for others. So we all have the view which is I. So then this view is very strong as a rocky mountain. So this rocky mountain, if we asked someone to sound like an atom bomb, it can explore our body, but egoistic mind still remains strongly. That's where then there is only one antidote, which is the Buddha's teaching. Through Buddha's teaching, we can reduce and we can explore egoistic mind. So the Buddha's, that's where we are going to practice Buddha Dharma, because in this world, all the sufferings related self. For improving oneself, we ignore others. Only ignore others is still fun, but we destroy to others' life and others. So now you think carefully, it is true or not. in this world, all the sufferings are created by I, really, the self-egoistic mind. For example, we destroy environment is for egoistic mind. And we steal other things is egoistic mind. Kill other people or other animals are also egoistic mind. So all this, the egoistic mind created samsara. Egoistic mind created suffering. So if we try to remove the suffering, then it often occur. So we cannot purify the suffering. Today we can purify that suffering, tomorrow will not. If this year we can purify, next year will not. So we have to cut the root of this suffering. If we cut off the root of the suffering, and then the suffering has no cause to come. If suffering has no cause to come, then that means we we completely liberate from suffering. So only through this Dharma practice, we try to purify egoistic mind. And if we purify egoistic mind, and then we can, then there's no action of grasping, self-grasping. If there's no action of self-grasping, then there's no negative karma. So I often mention to you that karma means action. So action is not only physical action of body, speech, and mind. So we have to first we understand. So Buddha mentioned that you should understand suffering, but purify cause of suffering. If we purify cause of suffering, and then we can liberate. So that's where now, for example, nowadays, only Buddha's speech is our best protector is Buddha's speech. Buddha's speeches are in the text, in the volumes. So we should open the volumes. We should read it. We should discuss on it. We should reflect on it. And we should meditate on it. It's the only we keep the books in the higher level respectfully. That is good, but that is not smart. Books does not speak to you without you communicate with the books. So we have to open Buddha's teachings and we learn. Then how to learn this is very important. We learn Buddha's teachings with our feeling, with our mind. So this is how we practice Buddha Dharma. So, for example, Buddha said there are 5 wrong views. There are 5 wrong views. Then we only focus, there are 5 wrong views, and these are someone have that, someone has that. Only we think like that. Then this understanding cannot benefit. In Buddha's teaching mentioned there are 5 wrong views. Among them, rocky mountain wrong view is self-grasping. Or suddenly, it's the focus on oneself. Do I have egoistic mind or not? If yes, and then start to reduce it. Oh, Buddha said the self-grasping is wrong view, so I have that. I try to reduce it through the prostration, through the recitation, through the accumulating these different practices, through retreat, and through in the many ways. There are many ways to reduce them. So, if we practice more and egoistic mind is getting stronger and stronger, then this is a little funny. We spend many years for practice, study Dharma and practice Dharma and doing retreat, but egoistic mind is growing year by year. That means we are practice Dharma in wrong path, wrong way. So each and every year we try to reduce. Best things each and every hours we try to reduce self-grasping. If we cannot, at least each and every month or weeks or year, we try to reduce egoistic mind. This is extremely important. Why this is important? Because through this way we get benefit. Sometimes we think, I became Buddhist for a long time. I practiced Buddha Dharma a long time. I did not have any benefit. So it's possible we feel that. But what you think is, probably you think, I'm going to see Yidam deities. Yes, you should see Yidam deities. Oh, I need special clairvoyance. Yes, you need. Oh, I need some kind of whatever I have wish I have to accomplish, but I cannot. This obstacle is only self-grasping. If you do not reduce self-grasping, Yidam deities stay in your eyeballs, but you cannot see it really. So all these, if you reduce self-grasping, Yidam deities are not far away. Yidam deities are always with our life. They always stay with us as our shade. So we have to reduce self-grasping as much as possible. As much as possible means suddenly we cannot say, since from today I don't need a house, I don't need clothes, I don't need. This is not like that. But the way how to do is less attach our positions. And then we meditate on impermanent. Is method to realize the method to gain the realization of selflessness. If I have one thing, I think this is a wonderful, amazing, perfect. And already these things pretty expensive, and then I use many adjectives, right? Wonderful, perfect, amazing, and lots of gorgeous, and I make lots of wonderful things. And then there's small thing happened, and then I cannot be patient. That means I make more grasping. I add many the grasping on there. So we focus, I have beautiful thing, wonderful thing, but it is impermanent. it's possible. Uh, uh, Perhaps it will lost. Someone steal it. Someone perhaps it will lost. Some perhaps it will getting old. Some perhaps something happened, and we already focus on permanent and the real that happened at that time, and then I already think the impermanent. So this is truly happened, and at that time we can progress our realization of impermanence. If we don't have that, and then something happened, and then we are upside, and then we are even we don't like to eat food because it's really happened, and then it reduce our life. If you will, you have you live or stay probably stay 100 years in this planet, but you create lots of unhappiness, it will reduce your life. Perhaps you think then this I have to stay in this planet for 100 years. This is my karma. Then how can be? Perhaps you think like that, but they're right. You make great karma to live in this planet for 100 years, but your unhappiness reduce it. So unhappy, we have to reduce self-grasping. This is our main practice. When we reduce self-grasping, a realization of selflessness progress. This is nature. And then as Guru Rinpoche's 7 chapters says, whatever sounds are heard by the ear, be they pleasing or annoying, let them remain in the state of sound and emptiness, free from thought and recollection. Unboring and unceasing, empty sounds are the Buddha's speech. I invoke the Buddha's enlightened speech of sound and emptiness. So, the grasping is so stupid thing actually. Sweet words created by grasping. Stupid words also created grasping, but we love sweet word, that is also grasping. And we don't like harsh word, this is also self-grasp. This is also grasping. Grasping created something, grasping don't like it. So, as the Guru Rinpoche said, all the sound, harsh word or pleasant or unpleasant, all the sounds are the emptiness. If we realize all sounds are the emptiness, then we will not attach sweet word and we will not aversion harsh word. You carefully concentrate. In nowadays, we have a strong, very strong attachment aversion about the speaking, right? Because someone says good, oh wonderful, it says good, and someone says bad, oh very bad. We don't know that person, the background of that person. We don't know, even we don't know that person's name. But that person says something and that makes lots of problems in our mind. So, if we have a realization of emptiness on the sound, and then all sounds are emptiness. All the sounds are ah. Doesn't make any harm to us, right? Is not sweet sound, actually not sweet. Pleasant. This is not pleasant and unpleasant. So same like that, all the speeches are similarly how to say, or we don't want to follow how to say, we don't arise attachment and aversion on the speech. The best thing is we try to realize the emptiness. Oh, Buddha's speaking is good. This ordinary person's speaking is not good. This thinking is also wrong, actually. So now we how to prostrate Buddha's speech is all the sounds are emptiness. All the sounds are emptiness. Actually, this is not how to gain the realization of emptiness. But for example, until now I talked almost in a 1 hour I talked. All the sound just you heard, and then all this sound gone. So if I ask you where is this sound, you cannot get. If you can go above the earth or beneath the earth or wherever you try to search, you cannot find these sounds. So that's where in the Dharmas, the sounds are actually not exist permanently. So the sounds are impermanent. But and through impermanent, what is impermanent? Impermanent means interdependence each other's. And then you emphasize step by step, and then you will recognize emptiness. So, and then the best prostration to the Guru's speech is to realize that all sounds are emptiness. This is the main reason that we prostrate to the Guru's speech. If I say we are Buddhist, that's where we have to realize all sounds are emptiness. That is incorrect. What I say is you don't need suffering through speech. That's where you try to recognize all the sounds are emptiness. So then, right now I say that. And then our gurus and Buddhas tell us. No, I just like a message, reminder to you. So, for that's how to say, and if we realize all the sounds are the emptiness, that means we prostrate to the Guru's speech. Based on the Guru's speech, we can instantly conquer our thoughts. The Guru's speech is the supreme resonance of the self-emitted sound of reality. Self-emitted. Hong is the speech of the Guru of Vajradhara. The sound of each Hong cuts through thousands of gross and subtle thoughts. Like the sound of pet it cuts off the head of grasping. It is through the Guru Vajradhara's speech that we give rise to even a small amount of compassion and bodhicitta. It's also due to the kindness of his speech that we are familiar with even the names cause and effect. Furthermore, it is through his speech that we are introduced to the nature of our mind. When we realize the nature of our mind, we realize Zoba Chimbo and Mahamudra. These are basically different names for the same realization. For example, in the Zoba Chimbo, all the phenomena of samsara and nirvana are encompassed. Everything is contained in our mind because everything appears from our mind. Mahamudra has the same meaning. Maha means great, which means that as many Buddhas as there are saints in the Ganges river, and ultimate attributes and relative phenomena are all included. When we realize the nature of our mind, we realize the nature of all phenomena. Both temporary peace and happiness in samsara, as well as ultimate happiness, come from the Guru's speech. In the Ganges Mahamudra, Telopa said, "Thus from primordial time, the nature of mind is like space. There are no phenomena whatsoever which it does not compass." This concludes prostration to the Guru's speech. Next is prostration to the Guru Vajradhara's mind. As the root text says, in the mandala of immutable mind beyond thought, you never move from the equanimity state of Dharmadhatu, yet you hold the wisdom power of knowing the three times. I prostrate to the spontaneously established non-duality. In the garland of blazing, wish-fulfilling gems, it says, this primordial wisdom of non-duality is utterly devoid of dualistic perceptions, of meditation and post-meditation. Pacified and birthless from primordial time, it lies spontaneously present. The nature of Dharmadhatu is immutable and beyond all conceptual thought. It never moves from the perfect state of Dharmadhatu, and it knows everything exactly as it is in the past, present, and future. The Guru's mind is Dharmakaya. It is immutable in the ground, path, and fruition. It is beyond hearing, reflecting, and meditating and beyond the ordinary mind. The wisdom of knowing the absolute nature and the wisdom of knowing all phenomena are inherently established in the mandala of the Guru's mind radiate out. Guru's mind and radiate out. Dharmakaya means non-duality or empty space. The sun, moon, stars, rainbows, and so on appear in empty space. Similarly, Buddha's qualities, the Sambhogakaya, appear from the Dharmakaya. And just as the sun and so on bring many benefits to the earth, so do the Buddha's activities. The Nirmanakayas bring benefits to beings. The two wisdoms of knowledge, absolute nature, and all phenomena realize the ultimate truth and relative truth. These wisdoms have 10 powers. Knowing what is possible and what is not. What is possible is that happiness results from virtue and suffering results from non-virtue. What is not possible is that suffering can result from virtue or that happiness can result from non-virtue. Second, knowing the results from actions. From every subtle cause occur very subtle results that only the omniscient and mind can understand. As Guru Rinpoche said, the view is as high as space, and cause and effect are as minute as grains of sand. Only the Guru with omniscience can recognize this and take care of it. We understand only gross cause and effect, and we don't even pay attention to that. We don't understand subtle cause and effect at all. And that's why we aren't free from samsara. Third, knowing the aspirations of disciples. Some aspire to the Vajrayana, some to the Sutarayana, and some to lower paths. The Guru understands the aspirations of each and knows how to help them. As Lord Jigten Sungun said, whatever Guru does is a method to benefit disciples. For example, if someone needs water, it's not so helpful to get food and vice versa. Knowing the elements, this is related to the inner elements. The Guru understands what practices will be helpful to various disciples depending on their physical and mental differences. Knowing the higher and lower capacities. Number 5, knowing the higher and lower capacities of sentient beings. The Guru's wisdom knows who has faith and diligence, and so on. Number 6, knowing where every path leads. Some paths lead to accumulating merit, some to taking a rebirth in the various realms, and so forth. Number 7, the origin of afflictive emotions and how to be liberated from them. Number 8, knowing previous lives. So Buddha has this power. Why? Because Buddha has the omniscience. But we have to understand, Buddha has that omniscience, and then suddenly what we think is Buddha's omniscience is come from somewhere. But this is not true. Buddha's omniscience is just appear from purifying the self-grasping and obscurations. So Buddha's we all have omniscience. Buddha's omniscience and our omniscience has same power, have same power. But in the temporarily, our omniscience covered by obscurations and the egoistic mind. So through the practice Dharma, we try to remove these temporary obscurations, and then we also have our omniscience. Our omniscience is also appear, and then we also able to know our previous lives. Of course, for others' previous lives and our previous lives. If we know others' previous lives and what they do now and what will do in the future, we know that it will not cause of problems. Because, for example, the big difference is that if we know some other situation through our egoistic mind, and then we suddenly catch their mistakes, and then these mistakes we try to share others, and then we try to challenge that person, destroy that person. This comes from egoistic mind. This comes from the afflictive emotions. But Buddha knows others' mind, whatever, even what you think, in 1 second, which kind of thoughts arise in your mind. Buddha knows everything clearly through the power of omniscience, his omniscience. But Buddha thinks, of course, his compassion arises instead of seeing your mistakes. Share your mistakes. Buddha would love to liberate you from that mistakes. Buddha loves to liberate from your afflictive emotions. So Buddha will not utilize that understanding for challenging to you. So egoistic mind is actually harmful thinking. Of course, it harms to others, it harms oneself. It is like a fireball. If you hold it in your hand, it burns your hand. If you throw it others' clothes, it burns others' clothes. So, egoistic mind is like that. If we don't have egoistic mind, then we don't have samsara. So, during this teaching practice, we all try to reduce our egoistic mind. That is our main purpose. If we have a less egoistic mind, we can more benefit others. If we have a strong egoistic mind, we cannot benefit others purely. Perhaps it is become like a business. If sometimes you try to help others, but you expect something behind of there, that's where you need something. If you not get that back, if you help something, behind there you need something. If you did not get it, then you are unhappy, and you cannot help that person or people continuously, and also then you are also upset, and then regret. If you are regret in the merit, your own merit, then it reduces your power of merit. If you are regret non-virtues, it reduces power or potential of power of non-virtue. If you regret your virtue, it reduces power of virtue. So, for example, you help someone, and then they don't reply good thing to you, and then you will regret. But Buddhas never do like that. Buddha has no aspect. Okay, now we're talking about Buddha. Then what should we know here? We don't have the realization as same as Buddha, but through our body, speech, and mind, we can benefit a little bit to others, and after we benefited or helped others, if their reaction or their reaction is not good or some result, well, they replied bad thing or something, we will not regret. If we know that, then we spend 2 hours to talk and listen. This will meaningful or useful. So, and then the knowing transference of death. So in the relative level, then Buddha knows the next life. In next life, where you will take rebirth of cow or human or gods or Yidam deity or something like that. So Buddha knows about that thing, the power of his omniscient. Then 10th, knowing how defiled minds are exhausted. This means knowing how Buddhas, practical Buddhas and Sharavikas become completely purify all obscurations. So Buddha's mind has 10 powers. Buddha's speech has 60 qualities. Buddha's body has 80 minor and 32 major, minor and 80 major. I forget what. 80 minor and 32 major marks. So when we prostrate Buddha, we should realize qualities. So that's where if we realize the qualities, for example, we realize some good qualities on one person, then we would like to be friend with that person, right? Similarly, if we realize Buddha's qualities, and then our devotion will grow. Then we strongly can faith and trust in Buddha, and then the benefit comes back. The Guru knows these things spontaneously without having to consciously make effort to know them. They are the qualities of Vajradhara's mind. Perhaps you a little confused, or sometimes you mentioned Guru, sometimes Buddha. But in this teaching, this is Mantarayana 7 branches. Guru, in this case, Guru and Buddha are indivisible. Guru has all the qualities of Buddha's qualities. What Buddha has, Guru have this. Buddhas have what Buddhas have, Guru has that. So that's way. Knowing this, we pay homage. We need to not just understand this, but to have faith in it. This is important. These practitioners must have faith arising from deep fear of birth and death, as well as to consistently practice Dharma with the knowledge that birth and death are true to life. However, strong faith alone is not enough. A guru who shows the path of liberation is essential. We are like blind people. Although we have eyes, our wisdom is covered by ignorance. Our guru is like a guide for a blind person, but the guru can't lead us to nirvana by holding our hand. The guru's instructions are what actually guide us, and we must be able to realize them for ourselves. The wisdom for understanding the meaning of Dharma is essential. We have accumulated ignorance since beginningless time, and to remove that we need diligence in practicing the Guru's instructions. Diligence is like armor, and courage is essential. To have these, we need merit. Not being complacent with the 3 trainings and the 2 accumulations, cultivating more virtues is essential. Right view, realizing the nature of all phenomena, is essential. This is important for experientially realizing the Guru's mind. The right view occurs from the action of meditation. Meditation in which the mind itself abides wherever it is placed, is essential. First, we have to train in stability. When we gain experience in stability, then it will give rise to clarity. It is essential that conduct and all actions should lead to right path. We have to take suffering and afflictive emotions into the path. Desire is transformed into great bliss, anger into mirror-like wisdom, pride into seeing oneself as the Yidam deity, and so on. Proper instructions to abandon hindering maras, mass distraction, and the wrong path are essential. During our practice, and especially higher practices, it is very possible that these obstacles may occur. Being frightened and becoming fixated are both obstacles, and we need path instructions to overcome them. It is not that maras need to be physically abandoned. They come from our deluded mind. They are like miracles of our mind. As it says in the 37 Bodhisattva practices, the way things appear is your own mind. Mind itself paramodally transcends fabricated extremes. Knowing just this, do not create concepts of subject and object. So everything is related to our mind. And mind has two aspects. One feast is consciousness, and this is where all the obstacles such as mass distractions occur. The other aspect is the display of a paramodal wisdom, where everything is emptiness. The Mahasiddha Ojimpa said, all phenomena are like reflections. To think that they are real is missing the point. All existence is mind's distance and play, mind's dance and play. To turn it into objects is a mistake. Every single thing is a magic illusion. To think there is something, there is to be a fool. In the King of Samadhi Sutara, it says, all the images conjured up by a magician in his illusions, the horse, elephants, and chariots, whatever may appear there, know that none of it is real, and it is just like that with everything there is. Everything is mind. This is very important to experientially realize. the verse I previously quoted from the 37 practice is very important because it talks about the ultimate views. Ultimate view. If someone were to ask me which of the verse in the 37 practices relates to Mahamudra, I would say this one. It is good to pick out a verse from the 37 practices and analyzing and reflect on it. This will become a helpful instruction to us, and it will benefit us greatly. Okay, so today we will stop here and we will recite the root text of Serkhangma Prayer. And during the reciting, please focus clearly on the meaning. This will be your meditation.
I gaze upon the Supreme, Self-Arisen Lama, seated on the immutable, spontaneously established throne, here in the mandala of primordially pure mind, as it is in the Supreme Palace of all victorious ones of the three times. I gaze upon the Supreme Lama, who is meaningful to behold. The instant I behold that great bliss of Dharmadhatu, I cross the vast ocean of samsara and arrive at the blissful pure ground. With the eye of wisdom, I gaze unwaveringly upon the Lama, the victorious hero in the battle. Just by remembering that refuge, all afflicting emotions, thoughts, and the hordes of maras are defeated. In your body, the victorious ones of the three times of all 10 directions appear together with their offspring. With joy I gaze upon your body, adorned with all the major and minor marks, seated on the throne of fearlessness, lotus, sun, and moon. 3 kayas, nature of the mind, Vajradhara, you are inseparable from great bliss. Bowing down to you with innumerable bodies like cloud banks, yearning with a full voice, I prostrate and go for refuge. Your body, the nature of precious bodhicitta, is inseparable from all the victorious ones of the three times. Thus, all Buddha fields are permeated by your body, and within your body all Buddha fields appear. I bow down to the glorious one. With your flawless, melodious speech, like an ocean of ambrosia, you show all phenomena to be unborn, thereby defeating the Mount Meru of views. I prostrate to your unhindered Vajra speech. In the mandala of immutable mind beyond thought, you never move from the equanimity state of Dharmadhatu, yet you hold the wisdom power of knowing the three times. I prostrate to the spontaneously established non-duality. Even if expressed during all oceans of kalpas by all the victorious ones without exception, the qualities of your body, speech, and mind would not be completed. I prostrate to you who possesses limitless qualities. Until the ocean of samsara is exhausted, you perform the supreme activities that ripen all sentient beings. I prostrate to you, the Lama, who is the manifold, effortlessly arising, unceasing, supreme refuge. Oceans of emanated offerings to you delight the victorious ones and ripen all sentient beings. Having completely filled the Dharmadhatu, I make this unsurpassed offering unceasingly. From the heart palace of the Great Being radiates the light of immeasurable bodhicitta. Thus, in all the pure lands of the 10 directions, innumerable beautiful offering goddesses manifest, holding water, flowers, incense, lamps, supreme scents, and food. From the cloud banks of offerings rain falls, delighting the victorious ones of the 3 times. Thereby filling the spheres of realms, I make offerings to the victorious ones of the 3 times. Light radiates once more from the body of the victorious one, manifesting parasols, victory banners, draped banners, canopies, musical instruments, garments, precious jewels, medicine, and grains. I offer ocean-like cloud banks of these manifold offerings. The 7 precious royal attributes like the wheel, the 7 subsidiary ones like the mansion, the auspicious substances, the substances of the siddhis, and so on have arisen from the 2 accumulations. Please accept these offerings. Furthermore, I behold in my mind and offer to the Protector all offerings throughout the limitless pure lands of the victorious ones that belong to an owner and do not belong to an owner, and all that is worthy to be offered. I offer all pure lands of the victorious ones of the 3 times, which are the very pure mandalas of the 3 kayas, completely filled with flawless prosperity. Please accept these offerings, you, the Lord of Compassion. To you, Protector, I offer my body, speech, and mind, all wealth equal to space without exception, and all the virtues accumulated in the 3 times. Out of compassion, please accept these for the benefit of all sentient beings. By seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and recollecting the Vajra goddesses of form, sound, odor, taste, and tangible objects, the 3 obscurations are purified. I offer the goddesses of appealing objects to you. Please accept them, Immaculate Victorious Lord. The Vajra goddess of body, nature of form, is the supreme goddess of fully purified ignorance. I merge her with the eyes of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of mind, nature of sound, is the supreme goddess of fully purified hatred. I merge her with the ears of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of qualities, nature of odor, is the supreme goddess of fully purified arrogance. I merge her with the nose of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of speech, nature of taste, is the supreme goddess of fully purified desire. I merge her with the tongue of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of activity, nature of tangible objects, is the supreme goddess of fully purified jealousy. I merge her with the body of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of primordial emptiness of all phenomena, nature of sound, is the supreme goddess of fully purified mind as it is. I merge her with the mind of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. I offer means and wisdom inseparable, the supreme victorious one, the 5 families with consorts, the assemblies of Viras and Dakinis, and the Buddhas filling the limitless sky. Please accept this great bliss. From the equality of all phenomena, the ocean-like samadhi, oceans of unwavering manifestations arise and guide all beings. Please accept the assemblies of the victorious offspring, the bodhisattvas, who rule all Buddha fields. The ones of great fierceness, wrathful out of immeasurable compassion, show grinding teeth and fierce faces on their posing bodies. Please accept these wrathful, victorious ones of primordial wisdom, who defeat the hordes of martyrs by the roar of Hung and Pet. All manifold clouds of outer, inner, and secret offerings are offered in this vast mandala of Samantabhadra's mind, within the mode of abiding of unchanging non-duality. The unsurpassed offering of suchness is offered. All phenomena are primally and completely pure mind as it is. Within that, whatever confusion, dualistic appearance of oneself and others, distinction of good and bad, hatred and attachment there might be, each and everything I confess. May it be purified within that state. With a happy mind, I rejoice in all virtues of all the victorious ones of the three times, of the assemblies of the superior ones, of the unceasing wheel of the two accumulations, and of sentient beings. I beseech you, protectors in the worlds of the 10 directions, by completely turning the wheel of stainless Dharma with the sound of the ocean-like branches of melodious speech, please ripen all sentient beings without exception. I beseech you, protectors who abide throughout all realms, please do not pass into nirvana until the exhaustion of the dhatu of space. Rather, fulfill your commitments by abiding permanently. May all sentient beings be established in the unsurpassed supreme state by this virtue, by the virtues accumulated in the 3 times throughout all samsara and nirvana, and by the undefiled innate virtue. By the light rays of immeasurable great compassion from the palace of the body, speech, and mind of the victorious one, please purify my body, speech, and mind, and thus transform it into your body, speech, and mind. Protector, as you made offerings and delighted the sublime Lama, likewise may I always offer ocean-like clouds of offerings and delight you. May I follow in your footsteps. May I perform limitless activities that do not even waver a hair's tip with respect to the liberation of your body, speech, and mind. May I be renowned in the 3 worlds. Thus may anybody, just by hearing my name or remembering me, be completely liberated from the tormenting suffering and attain the state of great bliss of the victorious ones. May I turn into any form equal to the expanse of sentient beings, taming them according to their needs. Thereupon may they take refuge joyfully and be established in the unsurpassed supreme awakening. Those ones who are oppressed with shrouds of ignorance, who lost on the path, who are threatened by afflicting emotions, such as the henchmen of the Lord of Death, may they helplessly remember me and instantly find the supreme path. Becoming the inexhaustible wheel of ornamentation, which is body, speech, and mind of all victorious ones of the 3 times, may I completely dry out the ocean of samsara and establish all sentient beings in the unsurpassed supreme state. In all my lives may I never be separated from the authentic Lama, and enjoy the glories of the Dharma. By completely perfecting the qualities of bhumis and paths, may I swiftly attain the state of Vajradhara.
Chanjo senjo rembo je ma je banan je jor je je ba nya bayang kone konde bewajo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Dharma practice time.